What's going on, people? I hope everybody is cool. All right. Let's have a real conversation, man. I want to make something crystal clear. This is why the reason that you're looking at on the screen, okay, this image, this picture right here, this is why I will never stand shoulder to shoulder with some of MAGA. Never. Okay? Never. With MAGA. Ever. And today, I'm going to break down exactly why. All right? Because me personally, no matter how, many black people decide to bend the knee and kiss up, suck up, and lick up, me personally, I will never decide to gloss over truth, all right, about what I'm seeing and about what some of MAGA stands for, all right, and who they choose to celebrate. Now, the reason I'm stressing some is because I don't, believe that everybody who supports Donald Trump is a racist. I don't believe that, okay? However, yes, there are many white supremacists who do support him, all right? Let's talk about Daniel Penny for a minute. Let's talk about this, man. Y'all remember him, right? All right? The case is very fresh. Recently found not guilty in the killing of Jordan Neely, okay? Now, the man choked Jordan Neely to death on a New York subway train, right? Jordan Neely didn't have a gun. He didn't have a knife. He was probably impersonating Michael Jackson at the time, okay? He was a Michael Jackson impersonator, all right? He was struggling with mental health, unarmed, and not attacking anyone, okay? And what did Daniel Penny do, okay? What did he do? He killed Jordan Neely, all right? And he got celebrated by the Trump administration, J.D. Vance, etc., okay? He killed an unarmed guy who was probably impersonating Michael Jackson, okay? Probably yelling out some curse words, etc. He didn't have a knife. He didn't have a gun. He didn't attack anyone. And he was killed by Daniel Penny. And what does Daniel Penny get for killing Jordan Neely? He gets invited to dinner or to the White House or some sort of resort, some sort of game or something by the Trump administration. Okay, J.D. Vance, etc. Trump taking pictures with him, etc. He gets celebrated for killing Jordan Neely. All right. Did Daniel Penny stop a violent attacker? Is that what he did? No, because Jordan Neely wasn't attacking anyone. Okay. He took a black man's life. That's the reason he gets celebrated. The only reason he gets celebrated by MAGA is because he killed a black man. That's the only reason. Okay. There's nothing else. All right. That's the only thing Daniel Penny did to get MAGA's applause. All right. They invited him to break bread at their table because he killed a black man. That's it. That's the only reason. Okay. That's the only reason. This case has some racial undertones to it, right? I mean, people heard about the case, thought about race, etc., protested, etc. Oh, another white guy gets off for killing a black man, etc. The thing that's been happening in the United States of America since the beginning of time. This case has some racial heat to it, right? So just out of curiosity, why wouldn't the White House or the incoming administration to the White House, J.D. Vance, Trump, okay, why wouldn't they just say, hey, you know what? I don't want to appear like we're taking a side here. We have black supporters. We have black MAGA who supports us. We have people that are black that are thinking about leaving the Democratic plantation and come on over to us. We don't want to make it look like that we're taking a side here. This case has a lot of, racial animus to it. Let's just leave it alone. No, they don't do that. They don't do that. Instead, despite the fact that the case has racial undertones to it, they still invite Daniel Penny to have dinner with them, to sup with them, to break bread with them. This is why you'll never catch me standing shoulder to shoulder with MAGA. Never. Because this is what's in there. Period. Period. I don't care. Listen, I don't care if I agree with something that Trump is saying. I don't care. I don't care if I agree with something that he does, etc. Listen, I don't totally disagree with everything Trump says. I agree with Donald Trump on some things. I'd agree with Kamala on some things. I agree with George Bush on some things. I'd agree with Bill Clinton on some things. This is why I'm straight down the middle. Oh, you got to pick a side. No, you don't got to pick a side. It's only one side, God's side. Now, if I agree with something that a Republican or a Democrat says, and what I agree with just happens to line up with God, then that's just what it is. Okay? That's just what it is. Okay? But you got to pick a side. Nah, I ain't got to pick no side. But back to, Daniel Penny being invited by Trump Nim and J.D. Vance Nim to break bread and eat and swallow food and get celebrated for whatever he did, because he didn't do anything heroic. He didn't invent nothing, okay? He didn't discover the cure to cancer. He didn't discover a cure to HIV. No, he killed a black man, and he gets celebrated for that. Round of applause for Daniel Penny for killing a black man. Oh, Lord, can we give Daniel Penny a round of applause? Please give him a round of applause, okay? And this ain't new, y'all. This is not new. This is a pattern with MAGA and some of the racist Republicans. All right. Now, again, I don't believe all white Republicans are racist. I don't believe that. All right? So I don't want to put that out there. Okay. But I am talking to MAGA who are racist. All right. Who's ever racist in MAGA. I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to the white supremacist Republicans that are MAGA. If you're a racist, I'm talking to you. I'm pointing right at you, looking you in your face. Okay? This is not new, man. This is not new. These racist Republicans and these racist MAGA folks, they have a history of lifting up people who kill folks, man. How come everybody they celebrate has to kill somebody? You get what I'm saying? Derek Chauvin, right? Derek Chauvin, the man who murdered George Floyd, by choking him with his bony kneecap, right? That guy. He got celebrated by racist white Republicans and racist white folks, period. And he got celebrated by raccoons. Okay? I don't mean the name call, but it just is what it is, man. I'm tired of it. All right? I'm tired of it. He got celebrated by MAGA. He got celebrated by racist Republicans. Okay? What about George Zimmerman, the man who shot and killed Trayvon Martin? Okay? The unarmed black teenager just walking home. Okay? Racist white folks rallied behind him. Racist Republicans rallied behind George Zimmerman, donated and did all that. Right? And you got Kyle Rittenhouse, who crossed state lines with an assault rifle, killed 2 people, right? He became a darling, a hero for MAGA, okay? Oh, they were attacking him. Okay, we get it, but still, he killed some folks. Daniel Penny killed some folks. Why does everybody MAGA celebrate have to kill people? Then they talk about black people celebrating death and the rappers and all of that, but you all celebrate actual killers and murderers. Okay? You do. So I have to ask, man, why does MAGA glorify these people, man? Why does their support flow so easily, for those who kill people, particularly black folks? It's because their ideology thrives in fear, hatred, and violence against people who are melanated. Right? Particularly black folks, because according to the FBI crime statistics, black people are the highest receivers of hate crime in the United States of America. Period. No matter what you say, black folks are the highest receivers of hate crime in the United States of America. See, racist Republicans and racist MAGA, they didn't see Jordan Neely as a human being. They saw him as disposable, and Daniel Penny as a savior who just threw out the trash. All right. Let me be clear, man. I'm going to wrap this up. Let me be clear. Daniel Penny is no hero. He didn't do anything heroic. He didn't discover the cure to AIDS. He didn't discover the cure to cancer. He didn't discover the cure to herpes. He killed a black man. And to racist MAGA and to racist Republicans, well, that's heroic. That's such a heroic act. Okay? He didn't stop an armed attacker. Okay? If Jordan Neely was armed attacking people and got choked out, hey, he brought that on himself. If Jordan Neely was swinging a knife at people, hey, and got choked out, he brought that on himself. He didn't have a gun. He didn't have a knife, yet he got choked to death, and he's celebrated by MAGA. He gets invited to dinner with Trump Nim. Okay? The guy was having a mental crisis, man. The man needed help. I don't believe he needed a death sentence. Listen, man. The fact that Daniel Penny was invited by Trump Nim and JD Vance Nim, it just goes to show, man, that these people are really not caring about what's going on in the country when it comes to the racial meanings of certain cases and things and happenings within America. They don't. All right? They're tone deaf. They don't care about that. They don't care about that. Like I said earlier, you saw the racial undertones to it. Why not just fall back and say, hey, I don't want to look like that I'm being discriminatory against my black supporters. I know that, this case has a racial feel to it. I'm just going to fall back. Instead, they invite him to the White House, invite him to dinner, etc. Nick Fuentes, another white supremacist, gets invited to the White House. Okay, Laura Loomer, another white supremacist, walking all through the White House. I'm good, bruh. I'm good. This is why I'll never stand shoulder to shoulder with MAGA. Okay? Because many of them, not all, but many of them do not stand for justice. They stand for hatred. They do not stand for righteousness. They stand for wickedness. And they certainly don't stand for nothing concerning no black folks. Period. Right? They stand for people like Daniel Penny, Kyle Rittenhouse, Derek Chauvin, George Zimmerman, and all these people, man. That's who they stand for. Okay? And with that being said, man, I'm going to end with this. All right? I'm going to end with this. Patterns of wickedness isn't without consequences. The Bible says in Proverbs 11:21, quote, though hand joined in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, unquote. All right? You can praise these killers all you want to, but there's no escaping the judgment that comes from it, man. Seriously, all right? God will have the final say. And then you got people walking around talking about, God told me to vote for these people. God told me to vote. He came down from his throne, tapped me on my shoulder and said, Trump. Oh my God, man. Invite the man to dinner and celebrate him. And all he did was kill somebody black. That's it. If you want to get invited to the White House, you want to get invited to a Trump dinner, kill somebody black and you in the house. I'll never stand shoulder to shoulder with him. I don't care how much of a hang up I got with my own people, Sure, I would like to see black people do better with some things. Sure, I want to see black people do right with some things. Sure, I would like to see us come together with some things. But guess what? I ain't standing next to no white supremacist to see it. I ain't standing next to no white supremacist to get it done. I ain't doing that. You can kill that noise. I'm gone. Peace.